Okay, good morning, children. I decided today to make something very simple and delicious. It's called lemon curd, and we use it to put on our scones as a kind of jam, or inside a lemon meringue pie, or in whichever way you like it. I mean, you could put it on some yogurt or with your ice cream, as you like. Um, it's very simple. It only has 4 ingredients. You need eggs. You need some butter, you need a lemon, and you need sugar. But before we start, I want to just show you, these are my 3 different egg sizes that we have. This is an extra large, this is a large, this is a medium, and you can definitely see the difference in sizes. So when the recipe calls for extra large eggs, please use them, because I've tried to make a cheesecake that needed 3 extra large eggs, and I used 4 large eggs, and it just wasn't the same. It like affected the taste and the texture. So if possible, stick to your egg sizes. The one different thing that we're going to do today is we're going to use a bain-marie, which is when you cook something over a pot of boiling water. So I've just constructed one here. This is my saucepan. I am going to be using this mixing bowl to mix in, but because I don't want it directly in the boiling water, I'm going to use this tiny little sieve which I bought specially, and then the steam will come up through here, and then I'll have my mixing bowl in here, and it kind of like softens and steams the mixture, the eggs, because we make it with egg yolks, so they cook slowly and they don't like turn into scrambled eggs. Okay, so we need 7 eggs, and what I'm going to do is I've got to separate the yolks. So I put the yolks in here, I'm putting my egg whites in here, and then finally this will be our mixing bowl, which we'll mix on our bain-marie, which I've already started to prepare. There's my hot water. It's going to be steaming away, and I'm going to mix it on here, but I don't want my egg yolks to turn into scrambled eggs yet, so I'm taking it off the heat. I'm going to separate my 7 eggs. I'm going to put my 7 yolks in here, 1 cup of sugar, and my lemon zest, and then we'll get started. Okay, children, as you can see, I have in this bowl my 7 large egg yolks. All my egg whites are separated in here, and so we need our 7 egg yolks from large eggs. Remember, use a large egg. 1 cup of sugar, and I need lemon juice, half a cup of lemon juice, and the zest of this lemon, which I'm going to do over here, and then we mix. Okay, so our bain-marie is kind of not quite steaming yet. That's okay, it gives me time to prepare the zest. Okay, so let's get cracking. Okay, so that is the lemon that I've zested. As you can see, I've scraped the skin off nicely. I've used the small side of the grater, and now we are going to cut the lemon in half and squeeze some juice till we get about, I don't know, a quarter, a third of a cup. Alright, let's do that. Okay, so I have squeezed my lemon through this tiny little sieve, and here I have about, I don't know, a third of a cup of lemon juice with the zest at the bottom, which is okay. I think that's fine. And now we just cook it, which is relatively simple. You've just got to know when to stop, and that's the trick. Okay, so we have wow, it's hot. Okay, we have the water boiling. I have added this as an extra device. As you can see, I need a handle, and also just as another barrier for my bowl, because I don't want my eggs to burn and boil. So here are my 7 egg yolks, my cup of sugar, which I'm going to add now, and my lemon juice and my lemon zest, which I'm going to add. And I did sieve it so it caught all the pips and like the hard bits of the fiber. So we've got juice and zest in here, so we're just going to do that. And then we are going to put it on the bain-marie, and we can use our French whisk, which is the narrow one, and we're going to whisk it slowly. Okay, so I'm going to just put this on the lowest heat, and then we just keep mixing slowly until it's done, and the trick is to know when it's done. So I'm going to teach you that when it's ready. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so all you do now is you just cook it in this bain-marie. It's cooking slowly with the steam, and you stir it until it thickens, and that's all you do. It's deceptively simple. I guess you just need to have a lot of patience for the technique. So now we're just stirring and we're waiting for the eggs to slowly thicken, and they take a long time because we're steaming them. So that's it. We're not going to have scrambled eggs with lemon on top. We're going to have actually a very nice lemon curd. So let's wait for that. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly cut the butter. We need 112 or 113 grams, which is 4 ounces. So this is 200 grams. So if we cut it in half, we get 100. Okay, so this is 100 and these are 50 each. And now all you have to do, because you need 112, is take one of your blocks of 50 and cut this in half like that, and then take one of the 50 blocks and cut it in half to get 25, and then take one of the 25 blocks and cut it in half, and you get approximately 12 and a half. And we need this right at the end. Okay, let's get on with our stirring of our bain-marie. Okay, I think I've been stirring probably for 8 or 10 minutes already. And if you look at the sides there, oops, it's steamy, you can't actually see it. Okay, but it's starting to thicken along the sides of the bowl. So it's turning into the kind of lemony custard that I'm looking for. So I don't think it's that much longer now, maybe another 3 minutes, and we'll be ready to decant it into our jar. Okay, so I don't know, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this because I need 2 hands and I can't still hold the camera. Okay, but basically what I'm trying to show you is this term called nappe, which is when it's ready, is that if you take your finger and you pull it across the back of a wooden spoon, it'll leave a trail, and we're pretty close to the nappe consistency of what we want. As you can see, there it is. It's kind of like the test I showed you for the jam, when you pour it on a cold plate and it trickles very slowly, and it's sort of sticky. So we're close to our nappe. Okay, and it's very delicious. And once that's done, we'll pour it into our jar. We'll let it rest for 20 minutes and then we'll add our butter. So I think we're pretty close to ready, because when I mix now and I get that, and then I do this on the back of my spoon, as you can see, it leaves a nice trail, and I think we're ready now. The recipe does call for you to sieve it again before you put it in the jar to take out the lemon zest, but quite frankly, I prefer the lemon zest, so I'm going to skip that portion. They want a very, very smooth lemon curd, but I like the grated skin of the lemon, so I'm leaving it in. Okay, let's do that. Okay, children, so the final step is just to add the butter and then pour it in the jars. So I'm going to do that right now. So here we go. It's still warm. It hasn't quite cooled down, but it certainly was cooler than it was before. And now we mix. Okay, so that's what we were aiming for. We've got a nice jar. It's very cleanly and smoothly mixed. It tastes great, and as it's already in a little peaked jar, all we have to do is now pour. And here we go. And you are going to have the most beautiful tasting thing. It's so wonderful. You can have it on your cakes and on your scones and on your breakfast yogurt and whatever you decide to do, in the middle of the lemon meringue pie, whatever you like. Okay, so now we just put the lids on and we refrigerate, and we have the best thing ever. I also just wanted to mention one final thing, is that there's very little cleanup. You know, my mixing bowl, my measuring cups, my grater, my whisk, my sieve. And you get really a very, very good quality, tasty, excellent dessert, which you can use for all sorts of things. You can use it as a layering trifle as well. You can use it on top of lemon cheesecake. It's really fantastic.